Friday, 8/08/23, 15 seconds, year 2023, 7th month, July, 28th day. And oh my God, I woke up with these thoughts. John Petrucci and Bato, Angelo Bato, Raymond Bayman, what's that dude's the guy who knows how to listen to music. The listening ear guy. Rick Bato, that's the brother's name. 'Cause I watched a video yesterday with Rick Bato at Rick Bato's studio. Now this is some stuff here. And Tossin Abasi was there. And this other dude who I would call the Central Realm guitarist was there. The Central Realm guitarist. Anyway, so I watched the video yesterday, but this morning when I woke up, as I was waking up, these were the dominant thoughts. I was contemplating that video. But the main atmosphere during the waking process, awaking out of that sleep, the main atmosphere was I'm struggling to remember exactly what it was. I'm struggling, but it's centered around living forever and allowing what wants to come out, and how there's a connection there. Yeah, that would probably be it. Living forever and allowing to come out whatever wants to come out. And yeah, John Petrucci, I saw another video. It was a different one. That's what it is. And the song was a die song, a spirit die song. It says, "When I leave this body behind, and the spirit shall live forever." But it was connected to a Jesus melody. It was a Jesus melody. You know, Elvis Presley sang Jesus songs. You know, Jesus melodies aren't just confined just to church goers. I mean, Elvis Presley was up on stage, thrusting his hips like never before seen in public. Just thrusting his hips, driving. All the girls were just frickin' losing their minds. But yet at the same time, this dude would sing what's called the gospel, the ghost. This is the spirit stuff. The spirit. So here I am. I got this mirror now. Look at this. I got this mirror, and then I'm thinking, wow, look at this. I'm on camera on this mirror. Look at this. I got a mirror here. The door right here. Oh, and you know, I feel inside. Look at this. See, I feel inside. I shouldn't mention a certain word. That I shouldn't mention a certain thing. But yet at the same time, it seems like I should be free. But instead of say what I want to say, replace it with saying, I shall feel free to enjoy that sun up there right now, beating on the skin. Beating on the skin. Wow, this is cool. And now, as I turn the camera, I feel so guilty because now I just want to look in the mirror and hold the camera this way and see if, see, I included something that in society is considered improper. It's improper to have the camera turned a certain way in society. Supposedly that's the rule, but I just wanted to to turn the angle so I could see, look, I'm in the mirror. Or this body is in the mirror. And I'm not wearing no shirt because I got fungal acne on the back. And I'm thinking today that I want to let the sunshine burn all the fungal acne off the back. Just burn it off. Because fungal acne is only there because there's yeast present. And the yeast is only there present because there's oil, extra oil in the skin. And the extra oil in the skin is only there because this is the thought that I had last night when I was watching the facial lady. The facial lady. She's a dermatologist. She said, yeast only accumulates when there's excess oil. This is what she said. And then the first thought that went to the brain was, I have been eating a lot oil, much oil for the past 3 months. Much oil. And I had this thought already earlier. And the oil is in the peanut butter. It is loaded with oil. Loaded. And I'm starting to notice that if I eat more peanut butter during the day, that fungal acne flares up. In other words, it increases. It inflames. It thickens. The bumps raise higher and more. And I also noticed when I eat less peanut butter, it deflates. So I'm having some experience here. This is self-experience. Through, in combination with what other people or someone shared on a YouTube video. As I'm looking at this mirror right here, and I'm pondering the sun shining over the roof near the fence line, the border, the fence line. These borders that divide nations. On one side of the border is a different nation. On this side of the border is a nation. Not necessarily a different nation. A nation over on that side of the border. There's a nation on this side of the border. And on that side of the border, there's another nation. And I'm thinking, I could just go on and on and on and on. But the sun, I had this idea. I said, I need to dry the oil out off the back. And so I'm going to come out here during the day, and all day today. I'm not going to wear no shirt. I'm going to let the sun just burn all that oil out of the back. And just burn it all off. Because I've been feeling discomfortable with the sun this season. And this is the first summer I have not allowed the self to be out in the sun with the shirt off very often. Or, because of this infatuation that the sun has been burning the skin too much the last couple summers. The last couple summers I noticed for the first time that the skin has been getting spotty and bumpy because I've been years and years and years and years and years. I have, every time the summer comes, I would immediately sunbathe. Just lay out in the sun and just get dark ass tan. Just to the point where I was like, God, man, I feel so fucking good. I look so fucking good and I feel so fucking good. God, I just love just sunbathing, just dark ass fucking skin. Yeah? I mean, God, even looking at some of the old YouTube videos where the skin is just fucking dark, I'm just like, God, I look so fucking healthy. Look how fucking healthy I look. You know? But it's all just an appearance. It's all just an appearance. Anyway, so I got on this whole video because of the John Petrucci wake-up experience I was having this morning. The John Petrucci, and see if I can narrow it down exactly what the feeling was, the atmosphere that I was having in the morning. See if I can, I want to repeat it. I shall repeat it. I'm kind of, see, as I'm stuttering here with words, it's because I'm being very cautious as the word choice that I want to use. This is a new set. This is a different flower I'm sniffing on the side of this road here. The main road is the atmosphere that I woke up with this morning with this John Petrucci song or YouTube video. The John Petrucci, the Dream Theater. No, and this brings Jason into it, brother Jason. This brings the experience that I had with when I had drugs one time, when I was a young teenager. I was on acid. And so, and I can go down that road and smell that flower. And I can see as I'm on this main road here that I'm the main subject that sparked this video. The main subject that sparked this video. And as I'm on this road, which is, I woke up this morning, as I was waking up out of waking out of sleep and slumber this morning. I said it earlier on this video, so it's there on the public record for now. Now I just have to get the memory. I'm suckling on the mammary to get the memory back. There's a correlation here between suckling. That's the child and the mother bond. I'm having child-mother time now. It could be considered in the Christian world, and the religious or the gospel world, the gospel world, it could be considered morning prayer time. Except it's vocalized publicly because I'm near the border. I'm near the border to the nation. There's a nation. I am a nation on this side of the border, and on the other side of the border, there's another nation. Just as if I was over on the other side of the border to this nation that I am, it's like prayer. And so, I'm suckling. I'm having the sensual experience in the John Petrucci video because there was Tosin Abasi, John Petrucci, and this, what I call the sensual guy. The sensual guy. And at the same time, as I was watching the video, I immediately thought, there was this thought that immediately went into the brain was, this is Rick Bato, John Petrucci, and Tosin Abasi speaking directly to me. And the sensual guy that they're talking to right now, or that I'm bringing up in the subject, is actually symbolic for me sitting right there with them, publicly, on video. That's what I saw, that's what I sensed at a higher spiritual, soulish representative. This gets back to the acid trip that I went on. When I told the brother, I said, I went on an acid trip. And in this acid trip, everyone that was around me, this is the way the acid trip went. Everyone that's around me is helping me get to heaven. That was the acid trip. And so, suckling on the nipples, the breast time, the prayer time, this is morning prayer time. I'm always praying all the fucking time. I'm praying all the fucking time. God, I'm praying so fucking much, all the time. It's a connection with there's an energy in the atmosphere that I'm always connecting with. You know, in the public world, I like to use religion because it's the dominant representation for this connection. It's called, connecting with God. And God's Son, Jesus. And I always say, well, Jesus has a sister too. And God has a girl. Or there's a girl with God. It isn't just man, boy, spirit. In which in the religious story, there's hardly any mention. In fact, there is no fucking mention at the power level. At the controlling power level, there is no mention. No mention. It's always Father, Son, Holy Spirit. The ultimate power. It's always that. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. No mention. Queen, daughter, soul. Not a fucking mention. So here I am. I'm on this road, the connection. I woke up this morning with a connection. And as I'm vocalizing this into the air, near the border, with this mirror reflection, this door that pretty much is finished. It's pretty much finished. And the mirror reflection represents the Michael Jackson subject, or, atmosphere. Michael Jackson became very famous on MTV when I was growing up with this song that he called The Thriller, which represents the full moon and the werewolf that comes out. So I'm thinking, there's got to be a connection. Everything has a connection together. Everything that I'm looking at as I'm struggling with this public, border, nationality, tension, taxation, heavy burden, behavior, all at the same time. Wanting to feel relaxed, but feeling the pressure that this wants to be said, and this wants to be said. And how dare I thrust the hips like Elvis Presley on the stage, which would which all the women would probably just go crazy for. Or the woman energy. See, the hips thrusting would be the male energy, although the woman energy also thrusts hips too. Just like a man. It's the same movements, except the structure is a little bit different because the women's hips are wider, and so the stance is triangular, and the hips really swing side to side. But on the boy energy, the hips are narrower and the legs are straighter up and down underneath the hips. So the gyrations aren't as wide. The thrusting isn't as, it's different. I just put it that way. It's a different angled thrust. Because the structure between the two bodies, the girl body with hips and the boy body with hips, tips, tits, the suckling energy. So getting back to the mammary and the memory, the sensuality, waking up out of sleep, I've experienced this many times. There's an extra sensitivity in the air, in the atmosphere as I'm waking, and I can see things and focus on things. Wow. It's part of the dream state. That dream state, waking up out of that dream state. I'm so close and sensitive to things. And then as soon as everything becomes conscious and I'm awake, the further away that which I was waking up with, it falls deeper and deeper into the background to be lost. Because now something has popped up in the atmosphere to replace. Something artificial has just popped up to replace that close sensual experience that was happening, that felt so much closer to where I longed to be, atmospherically, relaxing, communicating, enjoying, experiencing that foreverness. There it is. The foreverness, that forever, ever, and being with the body. That's the girl energy. Not wanting to lose the body, wanting to keep the body alive, the memory, the mammary. Instead of expecting that, oh, well, I'm just going to age, get wrinkled, and I have to die, and I have to go in a grave. So as I'm listening to the John Petrucci song now, as John Petrucci, Rick Badio, and Tassin Abbasi, and then I watched another video, and there's another singer, and the singer with John Petrucci on the guitar celebrating. This is being celebrated. The celebration is, after I die, I shall live in the spirit. And I'm thinking, God, there's something seriously wrong here with that celebration. Although for him it's wonderful, but for me, I'm thinking, now wait a minute. I see things totally different. And I also see that the singer is celebrating death and looking forward to going to be with Jesus. Because the video starts off with a gospel melody. There was no words being sung. It was just a gospel melody. And everyone pretty much in the audience, knows that that's a gospel melody. But they're not dare saying anything. They're not dare mentioning a word. They're not singing any words, any lyrics to it. It's just been brought up front on the stage as this all-knowing that everyone knows what's going on with this melody. It's a Jesus celebration, but yet at the same time, no one's saying anything. No one's wanting to dare mention it because it could start a war. And it also could be a subconscious programming to get people to learn how to project this thing into the air in society of, there's two things that you don't ever speak about in public: politics and religion. This is a rule that has been brought into the public. This is a rule that's passed from generation to generation within certain nations or certain families. Don't dare mention it because it starts wars. But I'm here to say it only starts wars between certain people, certain nations. Not all nations and all people are like that. Some nations and some people and some families or some clans or some friends, they like to speak on other subjects also freely and openly, and not put themselves and hold themselves to certain societal public expectations, which probably more than likely, I like to say, some gang leader at the top is ruling. Or is it that some gang leader has brainwashed everyone or beat them so hard with war and then labeled it that it's all because we're talking about religion and politics? So there's war around all the time, and it's always connected with religion and politics. So is it that the one who subject them oneself, if I was to subject the self to live under that rule, I probably got convinced to that because it's been spoken in the air, and all I see going on around me is religion and politics. And they're connected. Religion and politics is always connected to war. And to me, war is always connected to death. So here I am, I've woken up, and I'm in the central realms now. The central realms. And I have the mirror reflection behind me, this door that was finished. I'm at the border to the nation. And I'm listening to Russell Radio, 88.8 I am. It's not AM. It's not FM. It's I am. and I'm wondering, shall I? I think I shall go over here, and now that I've got the attention over here, I'm thinking, well, I need to have the morning rainbow because it's fire season. Seems how I'm out here praying in the yard. It seems to me that one of the prayer priorities is to fire up the silver iodine rainbow. Anyway, I'm going to end this video for now, and I'm going to enjoy some off-camera action. Off-camera action. Off. Because, I just like to share everything that's going through the mind and through the body. So, I love sharing everything going through the mind and in the body, with the body, the mind and body and mind. Anyway, pull finger.